And so if he didn't do that, then I apologize, because that was my understanding that he did do that. Just let you know, hey, that's not acceptable, we're gonna deal with it. And so if that didn't get relayed to you, I'm extremely sorry, and I will talk to Lieutenant Holdway about that, because that's my belief of what did happen. And so if it didn't, I'm really sorry, because that should have been, at least, that very much should have been told to you. Hey, this is not acceptable, we're dealing with it.
Exactly, sir, and that's what put me in the position that I was in. And I didn't want to leave, sir, and I don't, like I said, we could sit here and say this all day long, and I don't know, I'm not saying that you guys know that I was leaving, but if you guys did, and I know you have to do to protect the department and yourself, I wouldn't have left. I wouldn't have left if it would have got dealt with, and I wouldn't have left if this whole Brooks thing would have happened, because I didn't want to leave in the first place.
Well, and you know, again, that's extremely unfortunate that, you know, hearing that you wanted, you're telling me you wanted to leave because of these two incidents that we're dealing with. That's really heartbreaking to me that that's happening, because
I told you from the day I started here.
we are dealing with it.
I know, and I told you the day I started here, I wanted to be 25 years
I know.
and I wanted to be done, and I wanted to stay here. And that's why I did what I did. I didn't do it out of spite or just because I thought Mohave County was a better department. That's why I chose here and didn't apply there or anywhere else. So I just want you guys to know, I wasn't leaving here because I didn't like it here for what you guys did for, whatever the case was. It's just whatever was going on. And that's the honest truth.
And again, it sincerely does make me sad that you were feeling that way. It does, because again, I know that those things are not acceptable to me. And it's my whole point of getting out into briefings and, you know, going out on the scenes with guys and specifically meeting with everybody up there and saying, look, I know there's problems, but I want to hear more. If there's things that I didn't know about, I'm fixing them. I gave you my word up there. I'm fixing these things, man. I'm working hard daily. I work 7 days a week trying to get stuff done. And I know there's problems, and I know there's a serious problem at the supervisory level. And I don't mean everybody, and I don't mean all the time, but there is a serious situation. And one of those things is how we talk to people, and I'm not okay with that. And that's why I took the other half of the day and I showed, well, here's what leadership really looks like. You know, this is what leadership looks like. This is what a proper organization looks like. And this is what we're going for. This is what we're striving for. But things don't get fixed. Brooks has been here for 25 years, I think. 22 years, okay, yeah, 22 years. And that's just not appropriate. Now, to his credit, if I can say it that way, he came immediately, told Lieutenant Saviano, I was wrong, that wasn't appropriate, and he is being dealt with. It's because it's not appropriate. If he ever talks to a subordinate like that again after this reprimand, he'll get days off. And if he continued that, he'd be fired, because I don't tolerate that stuff. And like I said, the whole thing with the racial slur, I can't apologize to you enough, because I find that to be evil, sincerely evil. Even if it's meant as a joke, I don't find that stuff funny at all. I just don't. I think it's just disgusting that any person can ever look at somebody because of skin color and demean them.
I agree.
I
agree,
that's sickening to me. I wasn't raised that way. I don't believe that. And for anybody to even joke about it, I will not tolerate that in this police department at all. And he will get, if it turns out to be, I'll let the investigation speak for itself. But if it turns out to be the way that I believe it happened, he's severely disciplined over this. And if there was ever any joke, quote unquote, again, he'd be fired.
Yes, sir.
Because I just don't agree with that at all. And no, I'm sorry, I can't discuss the reasons. Again, it's just a legal matter that when you don't make probationary standards, I just have to state that. And I'm sincerely sorry about that too. I wish that wasn't the case.
Like I said, in my heart I know that's what it is because it came down that I was applying somewhere else. And like I said, I didn't want to leave. I truly wanted to stay here, and I just want you guys both to know that.
I appreciate that.
And I don't hold any animosity against you guys. I mean, it is what it is.
I appreciate it.
It's just the circumstances of everything that was going on. It's just, you know, so I appreciate the opportunity. I appreciate you guys training me. I learned a lot here, you know, so.
I'll be here that time. again, I apologize to you because that's not reflective of the values that we're trying to portray here. And the fact that you had to endure that, I'm sincerely sorry about that. I really
I
am.
appreciate it, sir.
Not that it didn't go unnoticed, and unfortunately,
It just sucks. It's,
And I'll be talking to him too, because that does need to be expressed to the affected employee. You know, like, hey, he should have said what I just said to you. I'm sorry that you had to hear that. We don't tolerate that. We're taking care of it. I thought that's the message that was relayed to you. So I'm
well,
sorry
and
about that.
even what Holdway said when I was in the meeting, he said, so after the meeting was done, he brought me back in there and he was talking to me, he's like, and let's remember that we're all working here and sometimes people make jokes to blow off steam, so sometimes we need to remember that, you know, there's jokes. And so that's what I said, so like, oh great, this isn't going anywhere, and you can ask anybody, I mean, I've told officers that like, oh man, I don't think this is gonna go anywhere, you know what I mean? That's truly what I thought after he said that, and it's like,
I'm very sorry.
you know, so I understand jokes are jokes, but you don't make jokes like that, so.
No, I agree.
And now after talking to you guys, I mean, it sucks because I wish I could have did this before this came up. But I truly thank you guys for training me. Thank you guys for helping me. This department's done a lot for me in the short 6 months that I've been here. Is there any way I can request to like, so I understand I'm not gonna be here, but it's kind of embarrassing to have to like walk down. So is there any way that I can have like another officer walk through me, or does it have to be captain to do it? Or, I mean, obviously everybody's gonna know.
We don't have to make it embarrassing. If you wanna step in the captain's office right now, hand him the credential card,
Oh yeah, of course.
gun, ID, and everything like that.
we've got a checklist, so
Then you can go to your locker on your own, and then just bring the stuff back.
Yeah, I'm not gonna take any of your guys' opinion. I'm not gonna be malicious.
I'm not, this is just standard procedure.
but I agree with you, to save a little honor and dignity, yeah, we
Yeah.
can take what year we have now,
Yeah, of course,
run down,
yeah.
get the rest of the stuff, bring it back, but
Yeah,
keep
it's-
it quiet, thing, just kind of slide out the door.
Yeah, this is not meant to be a walk of shame at all. It's not at all. It just is what it is, and no, if there's anything we can do to make it better, I'm absolutely willing to do that.
I appreciate it.